What up, everyone? It's your boy Floz MG, and today we're going to figure out which mode is the strongest of one Mr. Variares DD. Variares was a Bey that was introduced in Beyblade Metal Fury, who I believe has 6 distinct different modes if you think about it. Because not only can Variares' performance tip, the Delta Drive performance tip, change from defense to stamina to, if it don't move, to attack, it also has the ability of both regular and reverse rotation. So not only does it have the 3 different modes of the performance tip, it can also change the rotation, well, not while it's battling, obviously, but basically the 3 performance tip modes plus the 2 rotations, 6 modes. 2 times 3 is 6. So yeah, the performance tip able to change from defense mode to attack mode to stamina mode, plus left rotation and right rotation. That gives us our 6 modes if you think about it. Left attack, left defense, left stamina, right attack, right defense, right stamina. And they'll be represented as like LD, LA, LS, RD, RA, RS for right defense, right attack, right stamina, left defense, left attack, left stamina, etc., so on and so forth. First up, we're going to start with a bit of a stamina test to see just how well this guy performs with its various modes. In the corner, it'll have the LD, RS, etc. There probably isn't going to be any commentating over the stamina test because like so much is happening at once that it'd just be pretty pointless to commentate about it. Oh, jeez. Now, looking at all these outcomes, it seems that left rotation actually did not survive as long as the right rotation counterparts. And that, I'm going to say, that's actually shocking to me. Well, maybe not as much shocking, but obviously the attack modes lasted the least, the defense modes lasted a bit longer than that, and the stamina modes, given the name stamina, obviously they're going to have the most stamina. So that kind of answers that question. But out of all this, it seems, in terms of a stamina test, right stamina seems to be the best. But what about in battles? Stamina's not going to mean shit. The Variares modes are going to go up against 3 different battles. The first line of battles is going to be against Blitz Striker 100 RSF. RSF being rubber semi-flat performance tip. The downside, I do not own a rubber semi-flat performance tip, so I had to kind of settle for a worn down rubber flat tip, which has similar properties to rubber semi-flat. It's literally the closest I have right now, and Blitzstrike is going to stay in its assault mode as opposed to barrage mode. Let's see just how well these battles go. And actually, before I forget, the order of these battles is going to be right defense, right attack, right stamina, left defense, left attack, left stamina, in case any of you were wondering. But the abbreviations will still be in the corner somewhere. So, let's see just how well Variares performs under battle. Let it rip. Let it rip. Blitzstriker's getting a good couple hits in on Variares, but it seems it's already lost a good bit of its stamina. Could be running fast around the stadium, but it's not. Oh, landing a few more hits on Variares. Variares already seems to be slowing down a bit. That one actually looked pretty close to a tie. Let it rip. And let it rip. Both of them in their attack modes are hurling each other across the stadium, and Variares isn't doing so hot. Let it rip. Let it rip. Variares seems to be holding steadily in the center of the stadium with its stamina mode. And of course, Blitz Striker's already circling around the stadium waiting to get a good attack in. But after wasting most of its energy, it's still able to get some pretty good attacks in. And still beats Variares? Wow, okay. Let it rip. Let it rip. Let's see how left rotation does for Variares. So far, Blitz Striker is just tornadoing Variares. No hits has occurred. Oh, wait a minute. We're about to get one, I feel like. Yep, there we go. Oh. They seem more evenly matched this time, and Blitz Striker did last very slightly longer than Variares did. Ever so slightly. Let it rip. And let it rip. Alright. Even though it's the attack tip performance tip, it doesn't seem that Variares is doing much attacking. At least I think I'm on the attack tip performance tip. I might be on the stamina, I don't know. But Variares almost lost his balance right there. And never mind, he did lose his balance. Am I on the... Yeah, I am on the attack type tip. If it'll focus. Yeah, this is the attack type tip. Why ain't he doing shit then? Let it rip. Let it rip. Oh. Oh, Blitz Striker already jumped on Variares, knocking him off balance. That probably was not fair, but it's how it ended up. Okay, now a couple things. One, I know I'm still using that freaking other stupid red stadium. I, at the moment, do not have the spare funds to get a BB10 stadium, like a lot of you have been suggesting. I'll probably more than likely have that stadium in the next video, if not the one after that. Give me some damn time, alright? Secondly, I know that final battle with left stamina, it was kinda doomed from the start because Striker just jumped on him. But yeah. I want to say in terms of the outcomes, the defense modes definitely outperformed the rest, actually making them close to ties with Striker. I think right defense performed a little bit better than left defense did. Then I want to say right stamina. Then between left attack and right attack, I think right attack didn't perform as well as left attack did, despite the fact that left attack didn't really do that much. And then ending it off with left stamina basically getting destroyed. That pretty much settles the Striker battles. Next up, Variares is going to be facing Phantom Orion BD in its stamina mode. Because, I mean, he faced a pretty strong attack type. How well does it fare against a stamina type? One of the best stamina types, might I add. Let it rip. Let it rip. There's a good bit of clashing between these two. Good bit of recoil, but it seems Variares' defenses are... Okay, never mind, they're not holding up. Variares is down for the count. Let it rip. Let it rip. They seem to be avoiding each other for now. Perfectly getting out of each other's way. I have no clue what Orion's doing. Variares makes a strike, pushing Orion away from the center, and... Yeah, okay. Let it rip. Let it rip. Oh my! Yep, that's the power of the switching attack mode within the fusion wheel. And still, after all those clashes, let it rip. And let it rip. Already we're getting some pretty good hits from each other. Variares seems to be holding his own. Orion seems to be the one that's constantly attacking. Variares is already starting to lose a bit of his stamina. But they're constantly making each other spin more. Oh, they're actually both going down a bit. Variares seems to have lasted a bit longer than the right rotation counterpart. Let it rip. And let it rip. There we go. He did a bit of a bounce over Phantom Orion. Now it seems Variares is getting some attacks in. Some actually pretty steady attacks. And it looks like Orion's actually starting to lose his balance a little bit. But then again, Variares is also losing his balance. And still not enough. They were just making each other spin more. Let it rip. And let it rip. They're getting some pretty good hits on each other, bouncing each other back. Variares seems to be holding his balance much more steadily now. And as I say that, he immediately starts to lose his balance. Phantom Orion's still sitting steady, and that's how it usually ends up. It seems against Phantom Orion we had much different outcomes. It seems that in this one, the left rotation actually had better results. Maybe it's the way the bearing drive works on Orion, but it seems that left rotation actually managed to do a bit more damage. But yeah, I think the strongest competitor out of that was left defense. After that, I want to say left attack, then left stamina. Then very similarly, I think I'm also going to go with I'll say right attack, right stamina, and then right defense. That's probably what I'm going to go with. The results and numbers, of my opinion, will be right over here because I'm not going to remember enough at the moment. And Variares' final battles are going to be going up against Cosmic Pegasus. Now, in the battles, Pegasus endured a bit of a problem. Pegasus endured a little bit of a problem when going up against Variares. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Let it rip. Let it rip. Oh. Really strong clash right there at the beginning. Pegasus still seems to be going steadily. Oh, final drive just kicked in. Variares' defense mode seems to not be very good at defending. Let it rip. Let it rip. Both are set in their attack modes. Pegasus still staying steady in its stamina preserving mode. Final drive should probably kick in any moment now. Yep, there it is. Wow, Variares is getting his ass handed to him. Let it rip. Let it rip. Oh. Ooh. Immediately, they're already getting some good hits on each other. The final drive on Pegasus kicked in. And still, right spinning Variares is kind of being a letdown right now. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I was about to launch it, and it seems that part of Pegasus's freaking energy ring just broke. What the fuck was it? Oh my god, it was right by the face bolt. How does that even happen? Well, now Cosmic Pegasus seems to have a bit of a disadvantage. Let it rip. And let it rip. Pegasus has already entered its final drive mode. And it still seems that Variares is losing his balance rather quickly. Even with that freaking handicap, Pegasus still managed to win somehow. Okay, I went ahead and I replaced Pegasus's energy ring with a Hasbro version because I do not own another, real ass Cosmic Pegasus. So we're gonna settle for the Hasbro. Let it rip. Let it rip. Oh. All it takes is just a couple devastating blows to get Variares off of his balance.
just like that. Let it rip. And let it rip. Wow, Variares gets knocked off balance so easily. It's actually shocking how easily he gets thrown off balance. And that apparently ends that.
So yeah, Pegasus' energy ring broke. I had to replace it. And one thing we learned, Variares is done the moment he gets knocked off balance. He is done. But one thing I figured out is that when going up against Cosmic Pegasus, Variares' rotation did not have as much of an effect as much as the performance tip mode. Because, like, the defense modes were rather even, the attack modes were rather even, and the stamina modes were rather even, I want to say. I will say this. He did the worst in left stamina, then did a bit better in left attack, then right attack, and then right stamina. And then ultimately, I think he did a bit better in right defense than left defense. So yeah, it seems that right defense for Variares seems to be the way to go. And after adding up all the points, I think it's safe to say that right defense Variares is the best mode. If not, I'll have a correction over here somewhere. Now, after collecting all that data, I'm gonna go take a nap because this was a little tiring. Especially this freaking bullshit with Pegasus. How does it... I don't even understand how that happened. It was cool, though. But you know what? I've been Floz MG. This has been Which Variares mode is the best? And I can't wait to see you all in the next video.